Our whole approach towards intro video, it's about to unfold. We are going to find the answers why and how we are doing certain things to achieve certain results. Today we are giving all the secrets related to our preparation for that fact. Let's get started. We went through a recording session with that music. If you missed it, roll back to our two previous videos, part 1 and part 2, recording session with our intro music to our intro video. Visualization is a very powerful tool. It allows us to see our music before we receive it. Let me say it again. Visualization allows us to feel and see the music before it manifests in physical form. Once you have that vision, we embrace it. We talk about the feeling, the pulse of the music, the vibe of the video, the tempo, and also instrumentation. We sat down and we wrote on a piece of paper what kind of instruments we want to include in that project. We thought about creating a first sequence, simple 8 bars with specific pulse in mind. I want to create a bunch of flashes of some video pieces. You know, we introduce the music, we play the music, we talk about the music, we show you this, we show you that. Clips what they are not longer than 2-3 seconds. And then sequence number 2. We had this desire of creating a tremendous contrast between sequence number 1 and sequence number 2. And we achieve that by eliminating lots of voicings from the other sequence. We copied that first sequence, and then we continued. We decided to substitute most of the instruments except the drum set. We decided to expand sequence 2 to 16 bars. So you've got this introduction, this very powerful music, and all of a sudden after 8 bars, everything comes down, and you've got 16 bars to create some kind of mood, a music background. We wanted to achieve that for a specific reason. So I'm thinking every time when we release new video, it will have this flash of that music first. So sequence number 1, it's 8 bars strong music. Sequence number 2, what kicks in right after, it's a 16 bar version of the previous one, but totally demolished into maximum. I talk about this new video, I introduce some concepts, so I will have to have a sense of how much time I have to say these words. And then let's get started. And then sequence number 3 kicks in, and this is the sequence what basically ends the whole intro music to our video. That's the truth, that's the look, that's the idea, that's the vision. Let's take a listen how these 3 sequences sound like. Second. This is the moment when I'm gonna introduce. Welcome back. Today's topic, this and that. We're going to explore point A, point B, point C, And in the end of that video, you're going to have a sense of everything what's in it. Let's get started. So that's the sequence. Now, ending sequence. And goes on. Okay? Of course, this metronome is unnecessarily, but you've got the idea. What we did so far to our sequences looks like this. The first sequence was powerful, and it's a statement about who we are and what we are doing here. Then we copied that sequence, eliminated most of the tracks, and created a new content for that sequence, but instead of 8, we used 16 bars. Okay? And then we copied the very first sequence as an ending, but in halfway through, we decided to wipe off the essence and then record our ending. So if we concentrate on that ending, and this is the ending. Okay, and the new video starts. We thought we could create much more fun video that way. Because splashes of the video, me teaching, showing you something, music notation, playing piano, computer. So this is like a flash map of different videos, right, going on. And all of a sudden I'm introducing the subject, and there's a beautiful video what basically starts a new journey, new chapter of our study. That's basically the main idea of how we approached our intro music. The way we set up our instrumentation looks like this. We created more tracks than we need. We doubled the amount of strings just in case if we need it. We doubled the amount of piano, acoustic piano, just in case if we need it. And you can do the same towards anything you want. So what we end up with, we created a day before the recording session a template. Template included a certain instrumentation, a bass, a guitar, a drum set, right? String quartet, we chose 2 different instruments. The brass, we choose 2 different instruments, right? So just in case if our satisfaction is not fulfilled, we can reach out for other sounds without stopping the flow. We've got the grinder. The recording session, it's all about a flow. Once we had the instrumentation, we just, what's the direction? What's the flavor? What kind of key are we gonna use? And which instruments are gonna make a cut? Now we can think about what is the mood we wanna create. What's the tempo? What's the pulse? What's the beat behind the scene? Basically, and what to play, what to come up with, what's the solution. So we had to kind of see in our head this idea of the video, because we're supposed to write the music for the video, or it's supposed to be cohesive with the video. So I have to already see, the ideas, how I'm gonna pursue it. So once I have it, it's like, okay, that's the pulse, that's the key, that's the instrumentation. Like everything kind of comes together in this cohesive manifestation. So it's very important that I don't prepare this moment ahead of time, because I'm gonna spoil it. Nothing original will come to me if my mind is not open and vulnerable. So this is the biggest challenge, because I want to control. My conscious mind wants to control the unfolding. My ego wants to suggest certain things, and I have to skip both and allow myself to kind of inhale, exhale. I have to basically okay? So the idea is to try different things. You deal with a specific instrument, there's always a reason why you select such thing, right? If you want to play with the violin, just try to feel like a violinist for a change. If you write music for a flute player, just try to put yourself in the shoes of that, the guy who just blows it, right? And this is exactly what we've been doing. And when you do that, you start meditating upon that very moment. And when you do that, it's just the beautiful things come to you. What I love about having a goal is I don't dwell, because the possibilities are endless. I can very easily be swept by another idea and just disappear towards brain direction. You don't want that. You commit to the direction you felt and try to kind of make it work. You approach instruments from different angles, change the chords, change the range, and it's all about the relationships. Speaking of relationships, I want to show you how the instruments relate to each other. We are going to use for that purpose that ending, because we made some changes towards that section. So we are going to concentrate on music ending. Beautiful. Okay. So if we let's just mute everything except the drum set and the bass. I would love to have these instruments all together. You see, there's a bunch of gaps. I don't know how to move this track up. In my Luna, I can do it beautifully without even thinking twice. But this thing, MPC software, gives me lots of trouble. Let's take a listen. See this gong in the end? So when you think about the amount of bars, there's nothing going on, but we extended the bars to 14 for that reason of the gong in the end. See, the whole playing ends in bar 9th, and for the next in 7, and there is this gong, and the gong continues, and that's the whole reason why we decided to expand that section. Again, of Of course, the music in this moment just fades and video starts. So we decided to spice things up by creating a new bass line. And that's it. Okay? So now when we add the guitar, so once again, we are dealing with relationships, and there is a relationship between the guitar and the bass and the drum set. So this is how they interact. I'm looking for dirt. I'm looking for something that doesn't work. So far, so good. Of course, the volume will be changed. Don't you worry about it. We are going to fix any form of imperfection in the editing mode, so I wouldn't worry about. I'm looking for clean recording. This is good, this is good, this chord makes sense, there is no dirt, moving on. So we work fast. Now studio strings. We decided to keep everything from previous except the ending. Okay, since I see it, yeah, again. So this is everything from sequence 1, except the ending. Beautiful. Before we unleash the horn section, let's do a piano. Okay. As you see, we decided to double the string unison with piano. Okay, so it gives like additional kick into that. Okay, so this is the piano. I would love to move this up, but I can't for some reason. All right, horn section. Here we go. The whole thing. I want to follow my music. The only way I can do that is to create my own pathways. So you go through this process over and over again, and you discover things about your abilities, your vision, your intuition, and you become this beautiful, creative individual you always wanted to feel. So this is very powerful. Like we said, this music, the intro music, is just an excuse to kind of compose, right? Later on, when someone asks you to do something for them, you're going to ask questions: who you are, what you like. You know what I mean? So you will try to kind of relate to that job, what basically it's about their vision, and you try to help them to achieve that as well. So you become more sensitive to that process. In the end, you grow, and they've got something in value for themselves as well. So it's a great exchange. All right, so this is bass and the drum set. Now let's try to unleash guitar and see how guitar works with this new bass line and the drum set. This is good. This is good. So we created this punch, bleed blue bone, bleeded it, on the guitar. Let's take a look. This is the guitar. I'm going to make it bigger. This volume, it's unnecessarily, so we are going to lower. All right, beautiful. It's gonna work. My concern is about this section. Kind of doesn't go with it. You see, since we changed the bass, it would be nice to change something about it. Let's see what we can do about it. Record. Ding. Ding ding. I'm gonna make it just a little bit shorter. That's it. And we will punch something in the end. Okay. Let's see. Volume down. All right, let's just leave it the way it is right now and see what we can unleash next. So this is the beginning. Let's just do a strings. We made some adjustments. The previous version didn't work. This is what we have new. So we add it as a, since we are changing the bass, the guitar, the ending, what we have, the previous ending didn't work. So what we are trying to achieve, we are trying to achieve a different resolution. That's it. All right, simple. Let's save the whole process and voila, we have the ending. We had two questions today, why and how. How? Voila, we achieve that. And why? It's a very personal thing. We recorded the music. Now we double-checked that that music makes sense. During the editing work, we are going to take a look at the relationships between notes and instruments and make them polished beautifully. So it's going to be next stage. Okay, let's take a listen. So this is the moment when I talk about the essence of our next video. I will have to kind of get that pulse of the music within me when I talk, making sure that I don't extend that time frame, because this time comes to an end now. And simple ending, what concludes the whole thing.